Hi guys, welcome to Cake and It's Special. This week I have done another Disney villain cake. I have done the evil queen from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but when she turns into an old lady. So, here we go. So to start this cake, I have a couple of drawings of the old lady that will fit into my 10-inch vanilla cakes that I stack with vanilla buttercream. I then place one of the pictures on top of my cake and carve around it so that it leaves me with the basic shape. I can then take the template and cut the face out of it and lay it back onto the cake so that I can cut out where the face would go exactly. When that is done, I cut away a thin slice off the top of the cake so that it leaves the head raised up. So now I can take the template once again and cut out the eyes and the mouth so that I can see where to carve away the cake. Now I just cut out thin wedges around the body of the cake so that when I eventually add her cloak, it won't just be one flat shape. So once I'm happy with that, I can give the whole thing a crumb coat and put the cake in the fridge for around 20 minutes. Then add a second layer of buttercream before covering the whole thing in a layer of black fondant. Back to the template, I use it to work out where I carved the face underneath the black fondant so that I can work out where to pour the black fondant away to reveal the face. Now I dye some fondant using my Renshaw Skin Tone Food Gel and use my template to cut out the face. I start by adding her neck. I just want that to be a little further set back than the face. Cut away any of the black fondant if you need to. I use the same parts of my template to work out where the eyes and mouth go again. I use my balling tool to push in the eye sockets and a sculpting tool to draw in the mouth before using my knife to cut a small section away. I use a sculpting tool to tidy up the mouth as well as scoring in all the lines on her face. I need to start adding some colour before I put the nose on because she has quite a big nose that overlaps a lot of the areas that the colour will be. So I add some dry brown dust to the eye sockets and the mouth. I add a little bit of red for the tongue and a little bit of white for a single tooth. And then 2 more balls of white for the eyes. For For her nose, I take more of my skin tone fondant and create a big triangle that goes all the way down over her mouth, and then just add a little ball on top of that. I'm just adding one eyelid as I want her eyebrow to be raised. She has big black eyebrows that are curled at the end. I just keep referring to my picture to make sure it's looking the way that it should. I add her hair with a thin piece of white fondant and I cut triangles out of it to make it look scraggly. I just stick everything in place with water. Now I can go back over the cake using some more dry dusts, using some brown and a couple of pinks just to add some definition, especially in them lines that we've drawn in earlier. I add two little green circles for the eyes and then paint around the edges with a darker green. I use a couple of different greens just to add a little bit of detail before adding two black pupils. The last thing I want to do is cover the cake board in red for the poison apple and add a little bit of darker red to the edges so it's not just one flat colour. And there she is. So that's it for this week, guys. I know that one wasn't overly complicated. It's quite a nice, easy one to do. So I hope you will join me next week for another Caking It Special tutorial. And until then, please do subscribe to this channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.